happy anniversary. Hey, how you doing? Today is a 1-year anniversary of sorts. About a year ago today, I was working at my last job. It was my last actual day there. And due to a situation with what I consider to be a workplace bully and massive depression that took place, I ended up leaving my job. You might say voluntarily, but I wouldn't say it was very voluntary. I would say I was actually pushed out unfairly. And some things have come to light lately that confirms that more and more. But it turned out to be a good thing, because now I work at my present job and I'm much happier, and I can't say that I like what I do better than what I did before, but what makes a difference is the people that I work with, the professionalism, the attitude that people have. People are much more invested in the place that I work at, and that makes a huge difference. And even the company itself, the corporation, their corporate policies, all these things like yearly reviews and onboarding processes, they make a huge difference. And my experience in my last place was it was just really haphazard, if it was even there at all. And as a matter of fact, I argued constantly that we needed to really know where we were at. If we were doing poorly, if we were performing poorly at our job, we should have been told that, given a fair warning so that we can improve. That's all part of what they call management, accomplishing work through other people. And when a manager doesn't do that, that's probably about, that mentoring is probably about 90% of what they do. You have to wonder, what are they doing there? And I'm sure others do as well. And it really makes a difference in the bottom line of the company. Hiring and firing people is a very expensive process, and you want people to be successful. You don't want people to come in there and then have to deal with a stressful situation every day to the point that bad things happen, i.e. the way I left my job was pretty poor way of doing it. But leaving at all is, unless the company really needs you to leave for whatever reason, like these days because of budgetary things, they're buying people out and this and that and the other thing. I don't know what that's about, but and word and news spreads really quickly of an employer that's really like that. And you'd be amazed at how not only does it affect the success of the employee, overall it affects the success of the company. And a lot of people think, well, no, it doesn't, because the company just doesn't even notice. Yes, they do, because the next people they have to hire are going to be more and more expensive, and they're going to keep this rotating door going, because a lot of people, like I say, news travels fast. It's a small world. Crappy company treats their employees like crap. Guess what? The quality of the people are going to get in the next round and the next round and the next round. And I've seen it time and time again. But the place where I'm at now, I'm very happy with the way they are treating me. They allow me to grow. They even allow me to make mistakes and learn from them. And that's very important too. Because if you can't make a mistake, if you're expected to be perfect on the first try, that's not even humanly possible. Anyway, the situation, I even kind of documented it. It was really funny. It was I had to get the dogs for something. It was coming up on a weekend, and my weekend, which was Thursday, Friday, and I had to get the dogs for some reason, like The missus couldn't take care of them, so I had to just run home and get them. And I got them using a company car. And I had them in the company car, and I had done that many, many times before, and nobody said a word. As a matter of fact, a lot of people, oh, cute dogs. Even my boss. And when the dogs were in the company car, my boss even came up and petted them through the window. So, of course, nothing wrong with that. You know, you got to do what you got to do. I don't make a habit of it. I probably did it maybe 4 or 5 times. Even the person who yelled at me about it, I had brought one of my pets to work because of a similar situation, had it in a carrier as I was editing, and she insisted I bring the pet out and so she could pet it, and we left it out. It was a cat, and left it out, and it sat in the window while they were working. Nobody said a word back then, so I had no reason to believe that this situation would have been any different. Well, apparently the dogs were barking, and somebody said something to somebody else, just making trouble, I think. And the same person who was petting my cat the years before told me it was corporate policy never to have animals in the building, on the property, in the car. Well, this person happened to be my workplace bully, and she was after me, and everybody knows it. And she happened to have been promoted to a manager. And you know, there have been many ways to have handled that, but I think she picked the most degrading way. Well, you know, it threw me into a depression. I was trying to fight it, and then the weather turned really crummy like this, and I just got so low after so many years of dealing with this kind of garbage. I mean, this wasn't the only incident. It was obvious that this particular manager had it in for me. There were other people there who didn't like me, and quite frankly, I didn't like myself. And so I just got majorly, massively depressed to the point that I didn't care anymore. And in a total mind-blanking temper tantrum, I called in and quit, which was the exact wrong thing to do. And even though I said, no, I didn't really mean it, you know, I'm just really depressed, please, I'm going to seek some counseling, some help for this. They said, no, we don't care, you're done, we don't like you, get out of here. We'll even pay you off some money, a little bit of money. And so, whatever. It was only 19 and a half years working at that place. But like I say, I'm genuinely much happier now. You know, when people treat you with respect, even if you're a total screw up, moron, terrible employee, you still should be treated with respect. And I would say that I'm a total screw up, moron, terrible employee. But, you know, respect goes a long way, and it goes a long way towards the bottom line. And those people who don't have it, and those people who like to do horrible things to other people and are really mean in the workplace, you know, they should be looking at the door, because eventually they're going to go through it too. You know, I have never seen it to where somebody who was completely horrible lasted. Usually they become the victim of their own acts. Let's just put it that way. The executioner becomes the executionee. But anyway, my new toy came in, I believe. I'm going home to go get it, charge it up, and try it out. And weekend's coming up. Weather's kind of but it's December. So, and this has been run boorishly long enough, so I will just say, hee hee.